Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing a reaction to a video by Shawn Baker. He is the ex-doctor, because he's not a doctor anymore, who thought it would be a great idea to eat only dead, rotten animal carcass, and he started the carnivore diet, which is just a joke of a diet, and he is promoting animal abuse 3 times a day or more with his food choices. And he believes that it's a good thing that Lizzo went back to paying for the rape and torture of animals, and that he also explains why this is the case, and he also congratulates her, which is just horrible. So I am not going to cut this video up too much because it's only a 3-minute video. I am going to start with him talking about what happened, and I might cut it whenever I hear something interesting. So let's get it started.
Anyway, so Lizzo declares, I guess yesterday on her Instagram, that what I'm eating is a higher protein ex-vegan. Of course, this prompted the cries of desperation from the vegan cult members saying, oh my God, you were never a vegan. How dare you? And don't you care about the animals? And the usual nonsense that they always like to spout, you know? And, you know, the reality is, and this is the reality, the modern vegan diet is just a vehicle for which you to eat more processed foods. And I know there's people out there, oh, I eat a whole food, plant-based diet. But the reality is most people, when they do a vegan diet today, and again, this still remains a tremendous minority, will eat vegan junk food. And this is why veganism has been propped up over recent years, is because cheap processed food companies have been pushing money into this so they can sell you more of their garbage product. Now,
first of all, yes, I'm going to say it, Lizzo was never vegan. She was just plant-based. And what proof does this guy have that most vegans eat a crappy diet? A lot of the vegans that I watch and that I know eat relatively healthy. I mean, I try and eat. I show you guys what I eat in a day, and it's relatively healthy for the most part. Once in a blue moon I might have something, but for the most part I eat whole food, plant-based. Maybe the only thing that's more processed is maybe the yogurt, or if I have like condiment or something, and then the occasional junk food. And he's saying that, oh, most veganism is plant-based, vegans are plant-based, and this is the plant-based, the processed food is hurting us, and that's why veganism is so popular. A big chunk of junk food is not vegan. There's a lot of, like, potato chips, for example, that have a lard. On my other channel, I did a video where I tried the PAQUI not one chip challenge, the ghost pepper chips. And at one time they were vegan when I tried them, but at the time they had milk in them. A lot of chips, for example, have milk in them. A lot of crackers have milk in them. This, I guess, this be considered a junk food, but even vegetable broth, as those bouillon cubes things that you get, those have dairy in them. A lot of popcorn has dairy in it that a lot of people eat. A lot of cookies have dairy in them. So most people that are eating junk food, the junk food is not for just vegans. And this is just another cope. He's just trying to say, he just wants to say that, veganism is unhealthy, and look, see, it's a processed food agenda. That's like some conspiracy BS. Like, he's really into conspiracies. He's not as bad as Frank DeFano, but he's really into conspiracies that, this is all just, the government doesn't want you to eat carcass and things like that. So, yeah, this is just a rant, I know.
veganism probably peaked sometime in the late 2010s. Looks like the data shows somewhere around 2018. And then it started to decline, interestingly, with the rise of a carnivorous diet being something that a lot of people are opting for instead.
Okay, just in this few seconds, he has made so many different errors. The first is that veganism became big in 2018, he said. It started in the 1940s with the Vegan Society, and which is a long time, but it didn't grow yet, and it's still only like 3%, unfortunately. People are still paying and think it's okay to ingest and rape and torture animals for their food choices. But I actually watched Happy Healthy Vegan in 2014, so like 10 years ago. And then I know Freely the Banana Girl, for example, who was kind of the vegan person, which I don't agree with everything Freely says, but she started, I believe, in 2007, but didn't probably got big in 2010, maybe. So it's continuing to grow. There are so many different vegan products out there, and he is saying that the carnivore diet is growing when you have so many people quitting the carnivore diet. Um, I did not do a reaction to this, but I have a video of Sierra Ann um, trying the carnivore diet for, I think she did it for a day. If I'm wrong, please. I'm not trying to misinform anybody, but she did it for a day, and she was like, "This is wrong." you know, she said, "This is wrong." I might put that video in if you want, if or show you where you can find the video of that. So, and this is someone who also eats meat, and she's like, "This is kind of gross." so, and then Shawn Baker is confusing a vegan diet. He's thinking it's just a diet. It is not just a diet. It is a lifestyle. It is a philosophy. You don't just quit veganism. I mean, you, I don't. From what I've seen through my years of hanging out in the vegan community on the YouTube and just hanging out in the vegan community in general, a lot of the people that are quote unquote ex-vegans, and I'm going to use that term loosely because I think it's just BS. Um, they did it. A lot of them did it for narcissistic pursuits. They had eating disorders and things like that. So veganism is not just a diet, and he needs to get this right now. This is ridiculous. We need to we need to keep saying that veganism is not just a diet because it's not. So
Positivity movement. Obviously, she has a lot of influence and millions and gazillions of followers. She's quite a talented singer. But again, I think she still is, and speculation is maybe she's taking these weight loss drugs, Ozempic or something like that, which may or may not be true. I don't know. Could be. And, I think one thing I like to see is she's consuming more protein, particularly more animal protein. The other thing I do see is she probably is suffering from some level of food addiction. And again, in my view, in my experience as a clinician working with thousands and thousands of people over the years, that when you're dealing with chronic disease, and obesity falls into that category, you are dealing very often with some form of addiction, and particularly processed food, ultra processed food addiction. I should be more specific on that. And I think she probably still is dealing with some component of that. And this is one of the reasons why a carnivorous diet is very effective for that, because it allows you to finally just abstain.
okay, first of all, it is disturbing that he is telling her to eat more animal protein, which contributes to 14 of our 15 top killers and is not good for us. They've classified processed meat and red meat as a class 1 and 2 carcinogen. And then he talks about how the carnivore diet is good for just abstaining when it is an eating disorder because you're only eating meat, eggs, and dairy. So that's, you know, only 3 out of the other food groups that you need to survive. And you don't need any of these food groups. You can get protein, your precious protein that he wants to get. You can get it from beans and lentils and quinoa and seitan and tempeh and tofu and peas, and eating enough food will get you enough protein. Not just eating one type of food will give you enough protein. It's ridiculous. And then he is kind of claiming that she's taking Ozempic. I didn't know you knew her medical history. Oh wait, you don't because you're not a doctor anymore. And then he talks about just that the current, he's kind of acting like the carnivore diet will save Lizzo. When if you have a food addiction, you need specialty help. You need to be you need to visit a counselor, or sometimes depending on how bad it is, you need inpatient treatment, like the people on My 600 Pound Life. So yeah, so yeah, more misinformation from Shawn Baker. So let's keep it going just till the end of the video.
Anyway, good on you, Lizzo, for doing the right thing for your own health. And again, it's a shame that these wacko vegans start attacking. Like, I mean, it's predictable. They come in like a drone army of, you, what about the animals? You were never a vegan. This is a nonsense you continue to see. Like I said, hopefully you'll continue to do the right thing lifestyle wise, and again, distance yourself from the body positivity stuff. It's actually harming people, and it harms you, quite honestly.
Okay, I think it's disturbing that he is congratulating her on going back to animal abuse. I think that's really disturbing. And he is using the word attack to talk about, when vegans make responses to why I'm no longer vegan videos. Um, the only beings that are being attacked are the ones in the slaughterhouses. Those are the only beings being attacked. And I make these types of videos because people like Shawn Baker and Paul Saladino and Lizzo say things that have been debunked about veganism. Lizzo made the protein argument when she's probably 3 times my size. I don't think she was wasting away. I think she was getting enough calories. I think she was getting enough precious protein. And people say, "Oh, it wasn't bioavailable." Shut up. That's been debunked. That's been debunked. That's been studied. It's been studied on vegan protein powder versus regular protein powder. Um, just food in general. I did research for this for graduate school. This has been debunked. And the only thing I agree with Shawn Baker about is that the body positivity movement is harmful. It started out for being with people that maybe had something wrong with them. For example, someone who had lost a limb defending our country, but the fat people took it, and it became fat positivity instead of just body positivity. And I don't think that's good, and I think that is harming people. So that's one thing I will agree with Shawn Baker about. But other than that, he is an anti-vegan, and he is paying for animal abuse 3 times a day at least with his food choices. And we need to keep calling these people out. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.